I'm excited about this one. I just got my Turk Builder in the mail. This is the Turkesterone from HTLT, the brand of Greg Doucette.
Well, before we can understand what turkesterone does or doesn't do, I think it's important that we first understand what it actually is. So turkesterone is one of many types of ecdysteroids, which are basically the plant and insect equivalent of hormones like testosterone. So humans produce testosterone, plants and insects produce turkesterone and other ecdysteroids. And since turkesterone and testosterone are actually fairly similar in terms of chemical structure, perhaps since human testosterone is anabolic, maybe the plant and insect version is as well.
I'm going to be starting out with 2 capsules per day for the first week. This is a Thursday. Can't wait to get into it. Now let's get to that first physique check-in. I took my physique videos in the same place with the same lighting at the same time of day, which was before my workouts. I made a point of taking my weight and other measurements every day at the same time before my training. I am more interested in the trends than the actual numbers. Alright, so it's now a week later. I've been on Turkesterone for now 5 days total, 5 work days, and I took the weekend off, no Turkesterone, because I wasn't training. Anyways, I'm starting the second week with 3 now. So for the first 5 days, I was taking 2 capsules per training day. And now for this next 5 days, I'm going to be doing 3 capsules per training day. I already had some interesting results so far with the first week. However, I'm not sure how much of it is due to being back on pre-workout, which I started a little bit less than a week before starting Turkesterone for the first time ever. And this particular pre-workout is pretty much the most effective pre-workout I've ever been on in my life. But nonetheless, let me just share some improvements I've made in a fairly short period of time. For one thing, my box jump, I used to be able to do 6, and then I kind of regressed, and I could only do the level 5. And I was trying to work up to getting to do 6 again, and finally, after being on the pre-workout and then also barely starting the Turkesterone, I got number 6. I attribute that more to pre-workout, I would say for sure, because I was barely on the Turkesterone. But nonetheless, I did make that improvement. Then my 315 squat on the Smith machine, I was hitting a very low number of reps on that. And even a few months ago, I was barely even hitting it. A few months before that, I wasn't hitting it at all. And now my rep count on the 315 squat has gone up even more. So I feel like, once again, probably more pre-workout, but you never know. The Turk could have had a role in that. And then finally, handstands. I've been working on handstands for quite a while, and all of a sudden, now I can do handstands and hold them more consistently. And I even started doing handstand walks for a few steps at a time before collapsing back down. And I hadn't been able to do that ever. So all of a sudden, for the first time, I'm holding handstands better and even walking it a bit. It looks like in terms of my weight, the weight stayed about the same. I would say that maybe, I don't remember what the numbers were. I'll get into that when I'm actually editing the video and I'll make a better comparison. But off the top of my head, I think I might have just gained a little bit of muscle. Of course, it's an unscientific reading from a consumer smart scale, but it's more accurate than just nothing. From what I can tell, I look about the same here. The scale readings say I lost weight and I got leaner at this point. Honestly, I can't really tell looking at my body. I also threw in some flexing for some comparison. Alright, so this is the beginning of the 4th week of the Turkesterone. Unfortunately, I came down with, I think it's viral conjunctivitis of this eye. I haven't got it officially diagnosed. It's taken a while to get to see an actual specialist, but I think that's what it is based on what I've been reading. In spite of that, I have still been training, but I've been taking it a bit easier, focusing a bit on lighter weight, high rep, with the exception of 1 or 2 lifts. So that could partially explain any lack of progress or regression. Also, I recently finished my last pre-workout cycle and I haven't gotten a replacement. So I'm currently off of the regular pre-workout and I am going through this viral conjunctivitis. So now Turkesterone is the only supplement I'm currently on. Oddly enough, when I was sick was when I was visually at my leanest. I was more dehydrated according to the scale. I continued to flex, and this is when my flex looked at its best. I did the final weigh-ins and the physique update in the morning and I was more bloated. Nonetheless, everything remained pretty stable, with minor weight loss. I have 2 main conclusions. First, I was on a relatively low dose for my status as an experienced lifter. I will try this again starting with 5 per day. Second, maintaining my physique through 2 weeks of conjunctivitis is pretty damn good in and of itself. Lastly, I will make sure I don't go off and on pre-workout during my next cycle.